Hello, once again to all students in Black Religion in America for the summer term 2017. There are a few things that I want to discuss with you all as we now enter into our second week of the term. First, there are a few YouTube videos I want you to take a look at, two of which are lectures, and one of which is a BBC documentary on the history of racism. Regarding the two lectures, one is the academic study of religion, and the other is understanding the terms. Um, those lectures, along with the BBC documentary, laid the basic groundwork for us to begin our discussion of the Black religious experience in what we call the Americas. Um, and if you have not noted by now, I do want you to note that we are not talking about Christianity, Black Christianity in America. We're talking about the overall Black religious experience, uh, which Christianity is a part of. But anyway, view those videos. And regarding the BBC documentary, I've also posted uh, a discussion board uh, prompt regarding that, and I think that is due this Sunday. I'm not sure, but it's due soon. And the discussion board prompt is based upon the BBC documentary. So look at that as soon as you possibly can, definitely prior to responding to the prompt. The other thing I want to discuss is the upcoming critical reflection paper, uh, which is due pretty soon too. I've posted the instructions for that. If you and you will note from those instructions there are a series of questions that I ask you. Now you can use those questions and just respond to each question, or use those questions as a stimulus, so to speak, for you to talk about your understanding of Black religion in America. However you respond to it, whether you answering each question or are you using it as a stimulus, I do want it in narrative form. And by that I don't mean you you definitely do not post the questions themselves, but I want it in a narrative form whereby you are creating a document of at least 1,000 words responding to that particular um, critical reflection paper. Also, since I'm talking about writing, the chapter analyses, which are coming up too, those two are 1,000 word documents. And I asked some specific questions regarding those too. And again, you can use those as stimulus to respond to the chapters or respond to each particular question. But again, narrative form. Uh, and all of these documents, the critical reflection paper, the chapter analyses, and the final writing project, are to be double spaced in Microsoft Word um, in 12-point font. You are responding to it as though you are submitting the paper physically. So no single space papers, no cutting and pasting into Blackboard. I need to see Microsoft Word documents. And for the all of these assignments, the critical reflection paper, the chapter analyses, and the final writing project, I do have rubrics that have been posted. And do take a note of what the rubrics are. They're either in announcements or they're part of the documents in Blackboard. And each particular assignment has a certain weight. The critical reflection paper is 10% of your grade. The discussion board posts are 25% of your grade. And with that, there will be 10 separate discussion board prompts, which means that each one is 2.5% of your grade, which totals 25%. Now, some of you may miss a couple of these discussion boards, which is not real damaging, but do note that 2.5% does add up. And if you miss enough of them, although you will not get zero, you will not get a passing grade. Um, the chapter analyses are 25% of your grade also, and there are 5 separate chapter analyses. So each one of those is 5% of your grade. and the final writing project is 40% of your grade. So they each assignment has a different weight. So do take note of that, understand that. And although I do allow late submissions on the writing, the critical reflection papers, and the chapter analyses, again, do note that I take off 10 points if you do submit it late. And I will not give you carte blanche, so to speak, into turning all of these things in at one time. There will come a date where I will not accept any late assignments. So do take note of that, and govern yourselves accordingly in terms of the upcoming writing assignments, governing the discussion boards, and viewing those three YouTube documents. All right. So if you got any questions, you got my phone number, my office phone number. You have my email address, which is both on the syllabus, and you know my office hours if you are in town. Um, 2 to 4 on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So if you're in town, you can come by. If you're not in town, you can call me during those times. But again, I do hope you all do well in this class as we continue on during the summer.